guys, today we're going to talk about this knife. This is the Dark Timber 1911 belt knife. So this is something that's made by Pete Kohler, who is a generally custom knife maker from America. Got his name making those sort of hammer forged type looking big W2 chopper blades. And now he's sort of launched a production line making things out of really nice materials, and making his availability a lot higher. So this is the 1911. It's a pretty good sized belt knife. So this is it next to a Bark River Bravo one, so it's a little bit bigger, but definitely in the same kind of category of use. Let's just get a weight on it. Sort of like a full tang, very ergonomic, slightly different belt knife. So 236 grams compared to the Bark River, which is 190. So it's a little bit bigger in all the different ways. Made of similar materials. So this one's made of, I think it's a micarta or a G10. I think it's a G10 and 3V steel. This one is polished micarta, 3V steel. Both are about the same thickness. This one does have some swedging, which does alter how the thickness looks, but at the fattest point it's about the same as the Bark River Bravo 1 LT. So what you've got is a really unique, highly ergonomic, sort of all-purpose sort of belt knife. I'd say probably dialing it back a little bit from your heavy chopping and splitting work. It will do those if you're in a pinch, but it is more a food prep, camp, general utility knife. As you can see by this almost trailing point here, it'd actually make a really nice hunting knife just because of that belly there, and the tip isn't so sharp that you're going to be punching guts and stuff. It's got a really nice swoop to it, and it is really locked into the hand well. This is one of the most comfortable fixed blade knife grips in this go-to position that I've ever felt. So what he's done is he's gone for almost a pistol style kind of gun blade grip. If you're a Final Fantasy man, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, it really sort of points your hand towards it points your index finger towards the tip of the knife, which, being a trailing point, is actually a really clever design element. So it points your index finger right towards the point, so if you do need to do stabbing cuts, it'll come naturally as to you. But also you get maximum purchase when you rest your thumb on this flattened out thumb, not say ramp, but thumb scallop almost. Really well designed knife handle blade package. Really unique too. There isn't a great deal that I've got in my collection like this. I suppose if I was to start owning and carrying this knife, which I don't, by the way, this has been sent in by a viewer to play with, it would probably fall into my collection about where the Volkneven S1 fits in. It's kind of the same type of purpose size in general, much different though in terms of what it's made of and what it can do, even what it's excellent at, rather than the S1. So you get a really thin slicey blade. It's actually really tall, so it's got maximum distribution from the edge to the spine sort of thing of steel. So if you're making cuts through meat or through fruit, it's just going to be excellent for it. It's got a slight recurve to it, really slight, mainly just from this choil here and the ricasso kind of down. It is a slight recurve, but nothing that's going to trouble you using stones to sharpen it. It came really sharp, and good thing about CPM 3V is that it holds its edge really well, but it is also quite tough. Because it's 3V, this knife can be this thin and still be used for sort of heavier or more abusive tasks. I didn't do a great deal to this knife because it isn't mine, and I would just loathe damaging something so nice that is not mine. So the testing on this one isn't going to be as dramatic as something of my own, but I'll be rolling it in as I talk about it. Another great thing about this knife is it's got some scallops here, so you can do some variable kind of cuts. You can do your side. This is where perhaps if you're skinning a kangaroo or something, you'd probably be holding it a bit like this, choking up, and it's just so well designed, this handle. Nice and thick, parrot speak at the back. This curve here fits this part. It's like it was made for my hand. So I'm not sure if he's the same size bloke as me, but Kohler is definitely on the money with how this one feels. That high saber grind, done exceptionally well. It will split wood, it will batten wood. This ridge here will wear the load well enough, and being 3V, don't be too worried. The tip's nice and delicate, so I wouldn't be doing any tip testing, and I was asked not to, which is a completely fair request. But in general, if you're after something that's a bit different for your camp knife, but also highly, highly effective, and you're not after something that's sort of, you know, your more standard fare, go with this. It's really going to do pretty much anything that you'd use a small to medium sized knife for, because I don't know, it's just a completely perfect melding of materials, ideas, design. Just get some overall specs. Just get my ruler here. So the handle length is about 5.5 inches, yeah, to the scallop there. The blade length is probably about the same, I suggest. About 5 inches on the blade. About 5 1/4 with the little sharpening notch there. The thickness, I'd suggest is about 3/16 at this thickest point here, maybe just an eighth, I'm not sure, but I'll have to run that up on the screen when I can find it. You can get these are production knives, so you can get these around the place. They're a bit pricey. I'll run all this up on the screen because I don't have it handy right now. I've sort of just been playing with it, using it, and preparing for a review of it. But geez, it's nice. This is like next level fixed blade. If you think bark rivers are nice, these are a little bit nicer, I think. These are just, I mean, this is a great, lovely knife, but this has just got that, I don't know, it's just got that, this is a familiar pattern. This has just been specifically designed for a specific purpose, and when you have it in hand, you just feel it, and it is just lovely. Screw construction, you can use a flathead screwdriver, take these handle slabs off. The tang runs all the way through. It protrudes slightly, so if you do hammer on it, you can not worry too much about damaging your G10, which is really, really cool as well. G10 on my card, I'll confirm on the screen which one it is. Really, really well thought out, well executed, really good looking knife too. The sheath system comes really, really well done. You can shake it. It will fall out if you try and shake the knife out of the sheath, but yeah, what situation is that ever going to be relevant in? So, Kydex with leather attachments to your belt. You can take it on and off your belt without taking it off your belt. Really, really well done sheath as well. It is just the complete package, folks, and it is one of the best knives I've had across my table so far. Really, really enjoyable, versatile, all-round variable blade, and I really, really highly recommend you picking one up if you're in the market for such a thing. Alright dudes, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.